Welcome back, you guys. You just read Bride Wonders Whether to Call Things Off, and for a very good reason, I think. So whoever said love conquers all, whoever made that up, they had no concept of money and how much it could affect a relationship. So recently, a bride-to-be posted on an online community, Pan, in Korean. It's a Korean forum. And she talked about how she recently found out that her groom-to-be is in 40 million won in debt. And maybe to some, not to me, but they call this chump change. But definitely not to most people. However, so when she found this out, she was very shocked about this large amount, because it is quite a large amount. Mm-hmm. It's not in the hundreds, but it's still a very large amount. And it's something very big to keep secret from somebody that you're going to be spending your whole life with. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, when she came to him and asked him, what is this about? It's actually not his debt, but his father's debt. So he inherited this debt and he took on to help his dad with his debt. And it doesn't end there, because the dad actually took out another loan and added onto this existing debt. So many people were letting her know that this could be a deal killer. And even though she's set to be married soon, that she should call the wedding off and start all over. That there's no reason to take on this man's debt and his father's debt. And it could just keep accruing. And it's, even though some may say that it's quite cynical to think of, like, oh, it's going to ruin our relationship and affect everything. Many people do think that even though it's, if you love each other and you're already going to get married, it's not going to help you, and it's not going to get rid of this problem, this money debt. So many people are telling this woman that she should just end it, that she shouldn't even care that there might be a stigma because she's calling off the wedding, because even something as trivial as, some debt that he has to take care of, it could affect a lot of their lives. Down the line, everything could be affected due to this. So, we'll see what she ends up doing. Maybe she stays with him, maybe she doesn't. Maybe he finds a way to pay off this debt, or maybe he doesn't. So we don't know, and we have to wait and see what she decides to do. It's quite interesting to think like love and money, way they affect each other. Do you agree with the saying that love conquers all? Why or why not?
This is such an old saying. So I think love conquers all in the past, maybe when people first started saying this, was about like in sickness or in health, like that kind of thing, like it's strife, like that kind of thing. Whereas I think that if you are deceitful in your relationship with anyone, like your family, your friends, your husband or wife, it's not good. And in that case, I don't think love can conquer all. I think if you have honesty, everything else from that, love can conquer everything. But the foundation of any relationship is being honest with the other person. And so in this case, I can understand why he didn't want to burden her with the information. But when you get married, everything gets mixed together. So his problem becomes her problem. And I think he should have had the hindsight to see that first and have told her. How about you? Do you think love conquers all?
I do, if it's based on how you said it. If you're honest and you know everything, then I think it can, like, love can conquer. Like, if you truly love someone, then, well, I guess it sucks to be in this situation, but then you figure it out together. So I think even, because what if it were to happen down the line? Like, what if, like how we said, that you can inherit some debt, some family member dies and they had debt and you can inherit it. What if it were to happen down the line? Would you end things there? Or do you work it out like, oh man, this sucks that we're both in this situation together, because what's yours is mine and what's mine is yours. So you learn to deal with it. But I do think because there was some deceit to begin with, no, I don't agree with that. But yeah, I do think true love can conquer all. I do think so. What type of wedding photo shoot do most couples take in your country? And is this an important part of getting married?
So in Korea, they often have like pre-wedding photo shoots where the bride gets to try on lots of different dresses. They have different themes, and then that is the photograph that's on the wedding invite. In the UK, that's not common at all. Your wedding photo shoot takes place after your ceremony. So I think the ceremony style between Korea and the UK is very different. So in the UK, many people will get married early in the morning, between like 10 and 11 a.m. And then there will be quite a long pause, and you will go to a different venue for like a wedding dinner, after party, like dancing and drinks. So the couple will take their photographs in that period of time. So after they have gotten married and they're like glowing because they're so happy, they will take pictures with their family, their friends, with the wedding dresses. The only type of photographs that they take before is just before the ceremony, like the first look, when the groom gets to see the bride in the dress for the first time, when it's just the two of them. As far as I'm aware, that's the only common practice for photo shoots for weddings. And obviously that is a very important part of the ceremony, because those are the only photographs that you really have in your bridal and groom outfits.
Right. Yeah. So like when my sister got married, she had that like before the party. They didn't get married by church, so just during the day, like they got their makeup done, and there'll even be pictures of that, like while she's getting her makeup done, and then there's a photographer while the groom is getting his tie on. And then they took some pictures in front of the venue that she chose, because it was quite impressive venue. And then they took their pictures there, and then throughout the night, they would stop them and bring them like, oh, could you stand in front of these stairs and look lovingly at each other? Or a picture of her throwing the bouquet, things like that.
So very similar to the day of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah. But in Korea, I know that they do it almost like a year ahead, because everything
like engagement photos more so.
I guess, yeah, it's more for that, but it's specifically just for the wedding itself. And then they're very important, like
and they use the decoration of the venue too.
Yeah, and well, but it's quite nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to take those pictures one day. Do you have a type of photo shoot that you have in mind, like a more in a room space, or would you like to take it outside? I quite like the Korean concept. I saw someone do like what should I call it, like a gangster picture where the guy was like fully in like a fedora and everything. Ooh. And the wife looked like a casino girl, like very glamorous, so like flapper dress. And I thought that, super cool. Yeah. So I thought to myself, if I ever get married, I'm gonna ask him, can we take the gangster picture? Can we? Yeah, that's like really the 1950s New York gangster picture, because I thought it looked so cool. Yeah. And I thought it was quite interesting. It was very different from like the glamorous, like wedding, like angelic pictures. Right. Like those are nice too, but one of my friends, she got married recently, and when I saw her photos, her husband rides a motorcycle. So it was her in this really nice, her bride dress, wearing the leather jacket, and then riding on the motorcycle, the Harley, and so like her dress flowing in the back, and the night scene, it was so beautiful. That's so cool. And it I think it captures a moment in your life, like when you're at that age too. So all of your wedding day pictures can be very formal. But I think the engagement photos and the pre-wedding photo shoots are super fun. Yeah. Well, it's really good, right? We hope that you use this vocabulary like we always ask you. Please use the vocabulary in your day-to-day. And we'll see you in the next video.
Makeup.
Makeup.
Verge.
Verge.
Deal killer.
Deal killer.
Stigma.
Stigma.
Trivial.
Trivial.